Hello. Okay. Hello. I hope this is working okay on all the channels. So, and you can see me okay. So, good to see you joining. Hello, hello. So we're here today to talk about the Polyglot conference and about what's happening. So I'm going to update you on things that have been going on recently with the conference and where we're up to, what we're going to be doing, and the next steps. So of course, obviously, we're very excited about the conference taking place this year, and that we'll have as many people as possible attending. That's a really good thing this year, is that we don't have to worry so much about limits, because we don't have the capacity issues that you have at a physical venue. And also it means that because we're allowing it to be something that you donate to join, and if you don't feel you can donate, then we will exclude anyone from joining the conference. So the great thing is that there are no limitations for anyone joining, except for obviously a computer and then an internet connection, I guess, are the only limitations. And that's it. Everyone's welcome. There are no limitations of languages, so you don't have to speak X number of languages to come to the Polyglot conference. You don't have to be a polyglot. You don't have to even speak more than 1 or 2 languages. We basically welcome everyone and think that it's really good for as many people to come as possible. All you need to do is have 2 things. One is a love of language, which is, I guess, a given if you're on this channel and you're looking at the conference and interested in languages. And the second thing you need is a smile, and that's it. You just need to be ready to make friends and to be nice to people, and that's basically all we ask for at the Polyglot conference. Nothing more than that. And I think that most of you lovely people out there can do that very, very easily. So it's very nice to see you all joining, so thank you so much for coming. You've not missed anything yet, so we've just started. So anyone joining, we're just starting now. The conference is going to be from the 16th to the 25th of October. We're lucky in that this year we get a full week and 2 weekends together. That's because we're taking advantage of everything that is the online environment. I mean, I think that I'm a great believer in, obviously, you make lemonade out of lemons, as the saying goes. When you're given lemons, make lemonade. But I think that making lemonade sweet and making it pleasant to drink is also really important. And so I would say that we don't need to rush the conference this year. We don't need to have it in like 2-3 days as we normally do. It also means that we can take the conference over the full 10 days the whole time. That means speaking practice. If we want to practice speaking with each other in different languages, we've got some great sponsors in some really cool activities and really cool presentations, like Michelle Thomas, Asimil, Teach Yourself, Link, You Talk are going to be doing some with you, along with along Langfest for this sort of activity, social activities as well in the lead up to the conference and the conference. So we're very, very excited about that. And the other cool thing is that when we get to the conference, we've already had in an awful lot of great presentations for this year. And we're starting to get back now as well the recorded versions. So what we're going to do is we're going to be uploading those recorded versions to the Polyglot conference, ready for you to watch when you join the conference itself in October. And you're going to be able to watch them when you want. And the idea will be that we will set some program times for people who want to join in and watch things at a certain time. If you want to have parties, or you want to organize those kinds of things, to watch things with friends, to talk about them while you're watching them. So we can do all of that kind of cool stuff. But there's no missing out. No one's going to miss out. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You're going to be able to watch things in your own time, at your own pace, when you want. And you'll be able to you'll be able to ask questions as well. We're going to give you plenty of time to ask questions, and we'll collate those questions and we'll send them to the speakers so that they have time to answer them. And that means that we get as many answers as possible to all the questions that we have. It means that you'll get a whole 10 days to be able to mix with people from all over the world, to practice speaking to them, to speak to teachers who are on italki, and and get some structure as well to some of those conversations. But you'll also have like free conversations that you'll be able to have, free and flowing. You're going to be able to take part in workshops. You're going to be able to do all these really cool things online during the 10 days. And then when the 10 days stops, then we hope that we'll be able to continue in some fashion with the conversation outside of that too. So it's all going to be really quite nice, and I think it takes advantage of what online environment really gives us. And also, because anyone and everyone can take part this year, it means that really it's going to give a lot more diversity and the opportunity to talk to people from all sorts of walks of life that sometimes we can't, because they can't get to certain places, or because it's not possible for whatever reason. And it means that everyone is welcome and everyone can enjoy the conference, and I'm very, very pleased about that. In fact, secretly, even though obviously I'm disappointed that we can't go to Cholula, because I love Cholula and I love Mexico, a part of me is quite pleased that we're being taken down this road by the pandemic, because I think that, there's a lot of talk in the past, and running the conference for so many years, I've been asked many, many times, when can we do kind of an online version, or can we have online? And around about 80 of us that got together. So I hope that we will be able to do something like that as well when we get back. I'll just say a quick hello to everyone. Hello, Cześć, ahoy. Oh, wow. Thank you, Georgios. Yurios, I really appreciate you saying that. It's very kind of you. Salut, ça va? You're saying hello to everybody here that's joining. Hello. Really nice to see you all joining. I'm so glad you could make it. And this is, it's going to be a very exciting time. I mean, we've got some really great people who are working with us already. So thank you very much to all of the speakers who put a presentation together and are making those presentations now ready for the conference. Really, really, really appreciate that. It's going to give us some really cool things to watch during those 10 days. And I have to say, oh, the connection is very unstable apparently on, I don't know why, I'm not getting any messages this side, so it could be there's an issue with the connection. I'm seeing messages on Instagram about that, but I can't see any my side, unfortunately. So I hope that you can all see me okay. Hello from Brazil. Hello, 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 hola. Hi everyone. So what we are going to be doing is we want to be able to put subtitles on all of the videos. And this is where we'd love your help. So there's going to be quite a lot of work for us to do at the Polyglot conference, because what's happening now is that the speakers are preparing their videos, they're sending them in, and then we're going to have to top and tail them. So we'll put the Polyglot conference intros and outros on the videos, ready to upload them, and then we'll upload them. And what we're going to need to do is put subtitles on them. We're going to need to do that we think at least in English, but potentially in other languages too. And if you can offer other languages, we want to make it as open to as many people as possible. So what we'd love to do is to see if what we'd love to do is to see how many languages we can get into that. So if you're able to help, then we'd like to hear from you. We're going to put out a link that you can sign up to get involved and to donate some time. Now, there are going to be a number of things that you can actually help with. So it's not just going to be subtitles. We're looking for people to help with the subtitles, of course, and translating them potentially, and maybe even text on the website to make it as international as possible. So if you're happy to donate some of your time, we'd be very, very grateful for that. And of course, we will give you credit. So we will let people know what you've done, and we will we'll make sure that it's something that you can say that you've done on your CV. If that's something you want to be able to do, we would be very, very grateful. The other things that you might want to be able to get involved in are if you want to organize or lead social activities. So that means that if you want to organize something that could be fun, it could be a game, it could be a language trivia thing, it could be whatever you think, whatever you like. You could see what you want to do, and we'd love to hear from you if you would like to do that. You could also be interested in helping with promotional material, so helping to promote certain events at the conference or indeed ahead of the conference. So if you want to create things, if you're a creative mind, maybe you might want to help with that kind of stuff. The other thing that you might want to do is give workshops, so live workshops at the conference. As I say, we're going to have what we're going to do is say that you be able to have a room, for example, during part of the conference and give a workshop. And again, these are things that you can do and you can advertise and you can say that you've done and put them on your CV. Other things that you might want to do are tech support. So if you've got a techie background and you think that you might be able to be around, if there are tech issues, connection issues, if you want to be liaising with people during those times, then those kinds of things are also really, really useful. So what I'll do is I will give you the link to that. I'll put it on all of the social media channels. I'll put it as a comment under on Instagram, but I'll also put it on Facebook and on I'll put it on Twitter, and I'll put it on YouTube as well in the community area, and also maybe put it into the description of this video actually as well. And then we will also put it on the website too as soon as we're ready. At the moment, we're working in the background as well on the website, so it's not quite ready yet, but it will be soon. And the idea is that you're going to be able to sign up and join the website, join the chapter about the conference, and then also later on be able to join the conference through that. So I hope that you will all get involved and enjoy that ability to sort of mix with each other, talk to each other about the conference, get involved in the conference. The conference is really one of those things that the more you get out of it, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. And I think I'm really pleased. I'm seeing nice comments about the length of the conference. I'm glad that you like this. I can put it in Telegram as well, of course. I can put the link in Telegram too. So we have a Telegram group as well. So I mean, we're trying to hit it in a few ways. If you also have ideas that you'd like to see that you think would be good for the conference, we'd like to hear if you've got a sort of a path forward for how to make some ideas work and to make that work easily. That would be fantastic. So the more we put into it, the more we get out of it as a group. And I think that that's the sort of the truth behind any of the events that we have, whether they're physically in person, a venue, or whether they're like this one, online. And I think that we're going to have a good time together, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just going to check to see if there are any questions that you may or may not have. At the moment, just so you know as well, we've still left the call for papers open. So the call for papers, even though it's run out in terms of, we put the deadline for the end of July, and we have plenty of talks, but because it's online, it means we can be really, really flexible with adding people who want to present a minute. If you want to, and you can fit in within the time frame before the conference of getting a video to us and getting it, and we can get it uploaded, there's no reason why we have to close things off and be very strict with cutting things off. So I would hate to see things left out. Hi Lindy, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. And I would hate to see people left out because maybe they didn't see things or they missed things at the very end, but they could actually get something ready before the end of September, and then maybe within a couple of weeks for us to finish something and to get it uploaded and to be part of the conference in that way. I think that there's so much knowledge and there are so many really great people out there. I know that you're all a talented bunch, and so I really want to and encourage you to be as involved as you want to be and you can be. as I say, this is a really nice thing. It's a nice event. People are lovely. We have a great community, and I really believe in this community. So I welcome anyone who's keen to make improvements and to help with that. So yes, please do feel free to reach out. Znаю ruski język. Are you a polyglot? Some people describe me as such, yes. So I was told I was a polyglot when I was in France many years ago, and it kind of stuck. But yeah. Any other questions about the conference so far? I hope that I've made it fairly straightforward, that's sort of where we are at the moment. When and how can we make donations toward the conference? Good question, Michael. So what I'm doing at the moment is working with the tech team to get the site ready to a point where we can start getting donations, and we'll get that up as soon as we can. I've not worried too much about doing it very quickly, because basically, because it's online and people know about the conference anyway, we want to make sure we get it right. So we will make sure that the donations go through a place where we get as much of that money through as possible. Your donations will help with paying for things to do with the conference generally, but also for any other activities that we do or support, potentially other events that we put on as well, regionally, because we think that they're going to be the things that will happen first after the pandemic sort of eases. Clearly, there are going to be limitations on numbers of people in certain countries. Don't know when that's going to last till. So we will make the donations available as soon as we can. I imagine it will be September, Michael, that you'll see that happening, and then we'll have a good month for people to sign up, ready for the conference on the 16th. So I hope that helps. But you're in the right places now. If you sign up for updates on the polyglotconference.com website, then you will get a little email message as well when that's all ready to get confirmation. That as well. This will be my chance. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad, Julian. I'm glad that you're going to. I'm glad that you're going to be able to take part in this year. It's exactly the right thing. Not having to travel means that many more people can take part in the conference, and that makes me very happy. Mi tre joyas. Yeah. How can I join as a member of this platform? If you're following on these social media channels, so Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram are at the moment, but there's also a Twitter feed as well. You can also go to polyglotconference.com, and that link is on all of the social media pages, so you can go to that, click on there, and sign up for updates, and you'll get updates. And then as soon as we're ready with the website, you will have the ability to create your profiles and sign up on the website, and you'll be as ready as you're going to be for the conference. So we will be opening all of that very soon. Let me just check to make sure I haven't missed any other questions about the conference while I'm here. I would hate to miss the questions about the conference. Apa kabar? Baik. Baik, Andreas. Baik. Apa kabar di sana? Hello from Argentina. Hello. Nice to see you all joining. Thank you so much. Let me see. I can't see any other questions about the conference at the moment. I am happy with if you have questions just talking about languages. I'm also happy to do that. I do have my regular catch up on my own channel every Thursday, and but I'm also happy to use any time that we have over here to just talk about languages, because I know that's what we like, and that's why we're all here, right? So we all like languages. Let me just see if there are any other questions first. And I can't see any right now, so I'm happy to sort of talk about other things if you want as well. Yeah, I'm really pleased that you're going to be able to take part of this. It's as I say, you know, we're not going to be charging if for example, you know, donations are not possible for you at this time, and we understand that you know it's been a hard year for a lot of us, and money's not always available to pay for online events or any events, in fact, or anything, you know, extra. And so the only thing that we're going to ask for is that you have an internet connection and a computer, and and if you have those things, then we are not going to exclude anyone from taking part in the conference this year. We definitely want as many people to take part as possible. We think that diversity in our community is really quite special, and we want to make sure that we don't lose that just because of financial reasons. That would make no sense at all to us. I think that, you know, we're all very, very happy that we can do that this year. We've had some fine sponsors that have come forward to help out and to make it possible to be able to do that. So I'm extremely grateful to our sponsors for all of their support to be able to make that possible. And as I say, and not just the financial benefit of being able to do that, but also I'm extremely grateful for the for what they're adding to the conference. They really do add quite a lot. Our sponsors, they're involved in the language world, and they really do add quite special. So I'm particularly grateful for their support and for their ongoing commitment to the conference and to the language learning community. They're really quite great people, and they are great people. And over the years, I've got to know people who work at these different institutions, these different companies, and they just are really, their hearts are in the right place. They really want to do a good job. They really want to do something special, and it makes me extremely happy that we can work together with these new brands that we know and love and use within the language learning community. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So I can't see any more questions for now. Let me just see if I can see anything else. Your inspiration. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Oh, from New Milton, UK. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Spreekt u ook Nederlands? Ja, dat kan ik wel. Ja, ik kan ook Nederlands. Ja, ik heb in Nederland gewoond, dus in Rotterdam. Ja, dus ik kan Nederlands nog steeds. Konbanwa, Ichiba-san. Oh, konbanwa. Renaissance. Genki desu ka? Okay. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger, actually. There we go. That's better for me. Oh, Sampa. Okay, very cool. Okay. Now I can't see any other questions right now. Rotterdam is leuk. Ja, dat vind ik ook hoor. Ik heb 2 jaar lang in Rotterdam gewoond en ik vond het, ja, heel gaaf. Ja, voor mij was het mooi. Echt mooi. Hey Chanel, how are you? Nice to see you. So Chanel is one of our speakers, and she's going to be, she sent, oh, Wala, nice to see you. I'm really glad that you're here. So Wala, we had a lovely conversation. So Wala and Chanel are both going to be presenting, and they're on the Facebook stream at the moment. And yeah, great to see you both. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. This is really nice. It's nice to see you all around. But I am happy if you want me to answer any questions to do with language learning. But whether it's morning or afternoon or evening would depend really what type of person you are. Some people are more morning people, and some people are more evening people. Yeah. Right. Let me just check to see on YouTube. See if I have any. Nederlands. Oké, goed. Ja, gaat goed hoor. Ja, ik kan Nederlands zien hoor. Even kijken. Snack je norsk? Ja, snack je niet norsk? Yeah, okay. Nice to see people having conversations here on YouTube. I like it when you talk to each other as well. That's so sweet. Very nice. Okay, let me see if there are any other questions that I have here. I will do my best to answer as many of them as possible. If you're joining later and you wanted to know about the conference, I did quite a big update at the beginning. So if you want to watch the video afterwards, then you can rewatch for the updates. If there's anything really urgent, I'm happy to answer, of course. Do you have any good recommendations, okay, for resources for Russian? Any tips for learning Russian? My biggest tip for learning Russian or any language with cases is that you learn the cases and you learn the grammar as you need it. So learn the topics, learn about the language in situations that are relevant to you. I think that's really important for a language like Russian. So yeah, in terms of it takes a while to get into. If it's a first Slavic language, it takes a while to get into it. But there are plenty of things out there to listen to it on a daily basis. And I think listening to it on a daily basis is really important. Let me see. Okay. Русский прекрасный язык. Да, я тоже думаю, что это очень прекрасный язык. Прекрасный язык. Where are you from, everyone? Okay, yeah, I'm from the UK. I can see you all talking to each other. I love it. Let me see any other questions that I have here. You need to learn Russian, English, Dutch, Italian, Latvian. Right, wow, these are really big lists of languages. I like them, like long lists of languages here. People are writing in. Fantastic. Okay. Very cool. So I'm very happy to answer any other questions that you may have. Otherwise, I will, if you want to join me on Thursday, you're welcome to join me on Thursday too. The UK is beautiful. I'm glad you like the UK. I've not been back since the virus came out. Unfortunately, start of March was the last time I went to the UK. We can't unfortunately get back at the moment, but hopefully one day we'll get back to see family and friends in the UK again too. It's so cool to see you all speaking in different languages as well. Where in the UK? I'm originally from around Chester, so I grew up around there, and yeah, my family is Welsh and Scouse, so Wales and Liverpool. Originally, that's where our family's from. But I grew up around Chester, which is kind of in between, on the border of England and Wales. You lived in London for 5 years. Wow, London's nice. I lived in London for a while too. I enjoyed my time in London. It was a lot of fun. I went for work and it was very fun. Very nice to see you all coming in. Chester's not far from, no, it's not far at all. Chester's quite close to Liverpool. It's about half an hour. Yeah. You've been there too. Wow, fantastic. Yeah, it's lovely. Beautiful. Chester's very pretty. So if anybody is looking for recommendations to go to the UK, I can recommend my hometown of Chester. It's very pretty. It's a Roman city that was that's got a cathedral. It's actually one of only 7 cathedrals that survived the Reformation in the United Kingdom. It was a Catholic. It was a Catholic abbey, and when Henry VIII reformed the church and made it Church of England, it was actually allowed to stay, and it was changed into a Church of England church or cathedral, and it's beautiful, made of sandstone, very unusual color. It's like a browny color, and it's really quite pretty. Chester is beautiful. La pronunciación de Fin Fan. No sé. A ver, Fin Fan. ¿Qué es esto? I'd love to visit. Oh, fun. Fun. So, okay, so fun is the Northern English way of saying it, fun. And fun is Southern English. So I have Northern English pronunciation. So I say things like grass instead of grass and glass instead of glass. So that's kind of what you're hearing. Кто знает русский язык очень хорошо. Я не знаю. Я думаю, что, люди там в России. Возможно. Здесь тоже, может быть, да. Okay, let me see. Yes, Chester Cathedral. So Chester Cathedral is very nice, and we also have a wall around Chester as well. So Chester has a wall around it. It's very, very nice, Roman wall, and you can walk on it, which is great. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I got any more questions. Otherwise, I will leave you for this evening if I can't see any other questions. How many hours should you study per day, or minutes? I don't know if there's a definite amount that you should study. It depends on what your goals are. If your goal is to learn a language very, very quickly, then clearly you'd need to do quite a lot of hours per day. But if you want to do sort of slow and sure study, then anything upwards of 30 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes for sort of going through your notes to revise things and to sort of listen to things. And then I'd say 2 active hours a week would be my minimum to learn a language, to move forward. So that's what I would say for that. Okay, what's my favorite language and how many do you speak regularly throughout the day? So yeah, my favorite language is probably German, because I learned it with kids and I really like German. And I think when you learn a language with children, it's particularly nice. And then I speak a lot of languages throughout my sort of typical day. We have 5 at home: English, Macedonian, French, German, and Spanish. And then outside that, I probably use another 5 outside the house, usually. And then another 10 or so maybe for work. So regularly around 15 to 20. And then for traveling purposes and stuff as well, maybe another 5 or 10. It's difficult to put a figure on it because it just depends on the year and it depends on what's typical. Okay, so question about learning Welsh. I recommend a website for learning Welsh. Yeah, so actually there is a website that's quite good for learning Welsh. The BBC website depends on what you've got access to. The BBC has a good website for learning Welsh, but also there's a site, and I'll have to find it and post it. If you send me a message, Alberto, I'll send you. I'll find the website and I'll send it to you. I haven't got it right at the moment, but I'll send it to you. So just send me a private message and I'll answer, and I'll send you the link. Okay, let me see. Hello, Guðmundur. Hvað segir þú gott? It's nice to see you. Yeah, gaman að sjá þig hérna. Hvað segir þú gott á Íslandi? Hvernig þar núna á Íslandi? Let me see. Bolsa Papiamento. I don't speak Papiamento, unfortunately. On the bay. That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Is Giuseppe Caspar Mezzofanti your inspiration? No, I'd never heard of him actually until I got into talking to people online. It's hard to be inspired. For me, it's a bit hard to be inspired by somebody I don't really have that much contact with, or sometimes, I mean, I don't really know much about him except for he was obviously reported as being a great polyglot. But I can't say that he was a genuine inspiration for me. I find his story inspiring now that I know it, but he wasn't really in the beginning. And I like hearing stories about people from history, of course. Okay. You see, I think we've got to the end of my questions. Can I speak Indonesian? Bisa bicara dalam bahasa Indonesia. Yes, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, benar. You see, I'm gonna see if I can. Selamat pagi, selamat malam. I love it. This is I love speaking English as well. It's really cool. I think one of the dangers with anyone learning languages generally is that you can get into this whole crazy sort of caught up in, I want to learn that, I want to learn this, I want to learn everything, and then you end up doing nothing because you just you just flit and float between everything, and then you never actually get anything done. And that's the biggest problem, I think, for many people who kind of want to learn lots of languages. So I get a lot of messages from people saying that they want to learn like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 languages or more, and then they start learning them, but it's really it gets really crazy. So I think that it's really important to narrow down and focus in on what you want to do, and to think of things like, well, what do I want to be able to say that I can do this time next year? And that helps to focus your mind a little bit, because if you think, well, I would be disappointed if I didn't speak this one particularly, or if I didn't know this amount or these things in this language particularly, that's when you know, okay, I need to focus on that one. I think that kind of thinking helps. And then setting yourself daily and weekly and monthly goals in a language. That's what I would say was the best advice I can give. I think, especially now, I think, you know, it's a lot easier to find materials and to find things and to talk to people and to sort of be like the magpie that sees the very bright, sparkly thing that looks more exciting and attractive, and we sort of flit and float between everything. And that's kind of what I would say. Trying stuff there. Och hejta Island det är lika. Där gärna det 40 grader månad Celsius i Makedonien. Så. Och mycket för mig. Let me see. French, Spanish, German, Portuguese, Polish. Any tips? Learning languages, appreciate it. Yeah, I would say what I just said now, really. And also, if you're learning languages from the same family, I think it's important to sort of see how you go with that many, and to sort of not be afraid of putting some on hold while you go back to other ones. Yeah, I think that's kind of a really important thing, and then you can move forward. And then as you add more and more languages, try practicing the two or three together that you find similar, that you feel you mix up. That helps as well. So it helps you to sort of keep them separate. Thanks a lot. My dues are still paying. I'm still paying. Pay for paying. It's great. I love it. I'm loving this